Welcome to the channel once again. My name is Ray. Some of you guys know me as the first professor. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my week so far. Today is Wednesday and I've had a couple trades. So I want to show you guys some of the trades that I took, if I faced challenges trading them, or any difficulties that I might have gone through, anything whatsoever, to help you guys also understand how I approach the market and how I manage my emotions, things like that, really. Because I understand a lot of people, especially those that follow me on social media, they like to see little things like this because it helps them build confidence, which is absolutely fine, because I try to put myself in other people's shoes. When I was in the early stage of learning Forex, I struggled a lot because I was paying attention to some certain traders that were constantly making profits. They never showed the process. They never showed how they came up with the analysis. They never showed anything. All I was seeing on social media was just constant profits, and this fucked up my psychology for a very long time. And I'm talking about for years, because I was constantly thinking, this guy is making so much money and I'm here sitting taking losses every single day. So in my head then, I was thinking, there are some people that knows the code to Forex market. I was thinking there are some people that are immune to taking losses, because these guys were constantly posting profits. When I'm talking about profits, I'm talking about 200,000, 150, 300,000 euros, not even pounds or dollars. It was euros. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So that's why I created this channel, to be transparent with you guys, to show you the process, to make you understand there are good side and also bad side to Forex. But the most important thing, you still can make money regardless of your situation or regardless of what you might be going through in the Forex space. This Forex industry is filled with traders giving out so much information, so it is very important to understand, or to know, or in fact to manage the amount of information you put in your head, because at the end of the day, you are what you eat. The amount of information you put out there, good or bad, will determine the type of trader that you are. So it is very important for you guys to pay attention to that, and also protect your mental health. Protecting your mental health is key, honestly, because in fact, I've said it all, protect your mental health is key. Any form of distraction or any trader that you feel like might be harming your mental health, maybe this person is constantly posting profit and is making you feel like you're not doing well enough, my advice would be to unfollow people like that. You need to follow people that show you the process, show you how they came up with analysis, show you how they manage their emotions, to make you understand even if you're taking losses, it's part of the game. So you don't have to start doubting yourself. You don't have to start feeling like trading is not for you. Trading is for everybody. You just need to understand taking losses is part of the job description. Even at this point in my trading career, my trading journey, I still go through some difficulties, like making bad decisions. It's part of the description. So for me, it's okay. But as long as I'm constantly profitable, it doesn't have to be huge amount. All I want to see is constant profit. So protect your mental health, guys. Any form of distraction out there, unfollow, focus on yourself, and honestly, you're going to see changes in your trading. So that is that with that. In fact, one more thing, I know someone in Forex like that was constantly watching or paying attention to this young female trader. This trader is always posting huge amount of profits, and she was trying to replicate the same amount of success. And eventually this person realized that it's not even that, it doesn't even make sense, because you don't know, for example, you don't know the amount of trading capital this person is trading with. All they show is profit. So you need to pay attention to yourself. You might be trading with little amount of trading capital and you want to replicate the same amount of success this person it probably took this person to have. So protect your mental health, guys, and then you will be fine. So about the week so far, so this week has been really good for me, and I realized that it was because I was in the right state of mind compared to the past couple weeks. For the past 2 weeks, when I was moving house, I was planning to go on holiday, I was stressed out. Because I was stressed out, I wasn't making good trading decisions. I was tired, I wasn't sleeping well enough. So the past 3 weeks has been shaky. Not too bad, but not 100%. But then this week, I came back from my holiday, and I've been having good night rest, and everything has been going on well for me. And I realized that it is important it is very important to pay attention to yourself as well. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to your body. Know when to trade, know when not to trade. So moving forward, for me personally, when I'm too tired, when I'm sleepy, for example, when I'm angry or whatever, I'm not going to be taking trades, because I don't make good trading decisions then. I'm going to be calm, So I hope you guys might have, taken one or two from the little things we've talked about today. But the primary purpose of this video is just for me to walk you guys through my trades so far this week, the reasons why I took these trades, how I manage them, so you guys can also have an insight on how I trade, how I manage my trades, and let's see how it goes, guys. And thank you for watching. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and then it encourages me. I'm new to YouTube, and then yeah, let's see how it goes, guys. So let's jump. So now that we're on the chart, let's get to it. So the trade that I took were EJ Euro JPY, CJ Swiss franc JPY, NZD Swiss franc, Euro AUD, and Euro NZD. You see, CHF JPY, Euro JPY went perfectly well for me. It was they were both smooth, no problems at all, no emotions involved. But you see, the EN and EA, those two fucked me up big time. My analysis worked perfectly well, but for some reason I became greedy and it fucked me up. But I'm going to explain what happened so you guys can learn from my mistake. But before then, let's get started with EJ and CJ. So EJ was the first setup that I took this week, and I took CJ shortly after that. And then, okay, this is EJ. If you've been following me long enough, you should know that I like to start my analysis from the bigger time frame, and that's because I like to see the general structure of the market, the trend of the market, let's just say the overview of the market from the bigger time frame. Then I narrow down to the smaller time frame, like the 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, to get my entry. But my best entry time frame is either the 30 minutes or the 1 hour. But if I have to choose between the 30 minutes or the 1 hour, I would say I prefer 1 hour more, because the bigger the time frame, the more reliable your chart, your candlesticks, everything is, right? So let's go to the daily time frame to see what we've got. So on the daily time frame, we have this, we have this aggressive push to the downside. The way I like to trade, I like to mix the retail price action with smart money as well, right? I was trading retail price action before smart money, right? But I still believe in every strategy you still have something very unique, something amazing to still implement on your chart or on your analysis. So I'm not those type of people that when they learn something, they be like, wow, I've learned the holy grail of trading, I'm gonna dump this one doesn't work. Everything works, to be honest. You just need to understand what you do. So for me, I use retail price action, and I also use the smart money. I try to to mix them together. So if you look at the chart right here, you have an aggressive move to the downside, right? The sellers were in control, and all of a sudden price started to consolidate. So some of you guys might call this as a range box, some of you guys might call it consolidation, some of you guys might call it accumulation phase, depending on what you guys want to call it. So but I like to call it range box or consolidation. So we have this aggressive push to the downside, market consolidated for a while, and then at that moment, at the time of me taking that trade, price was at the bottom of this range box, and I was looking for my buy opportunity. But I was only worried about one thing. I was worried about liquidity grab, like false breakout. So I was looking for confluences to support this analysis. So I decided to check Swiss franc JPY, and I realized that Swiss franc JPY was also giving me bullish pressure, bullish signal. And also I checked AUD JPY. AUD JPY was also giving me same bullish signal. I like to call these things signals. I don't like calling them confirmation, because I feel like nothing is confirmed when it comes to forex. Nothing is 100%. When you say confirmation, it makes it look like something is confirmed 100%. It is certain that this thing is going to do this, but you can't say something is definitely going to do something. It doesn't make sense. To me, we're in a game of probability. You might have the best analysis and still lose a trade. You might have a shit analysis and still win a trade. So I like to say signal, right? So yeah. So I saw my signal on CHF and also AUD but I then made a decision to take EJ and CJ. I wanted to take AJ. AJ also gave me a very, very nice setup, but I was trying to manage my exposure to JPY. I'm very big on risk management and trade management. So I decided to go with EJ and CJ. But I'm going to talk to you guys about AJ in a minute. So I took my entry on 30 minutes time frame after I confirmed double bottom. So I'm going to show you guys in a minute. And every trade that I took, I always share them on Instagram to my followers. 95% of my trades, or less than 90%, I always share them on Instagram for free. So if you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is fx.professor. Okay, fx.professor, and follow me, and you might be getting some of my setups, trade ideas, opportunities, or whatever. So I took my entry on the 30 minutes. What I saw was this double bottom here. That was my first signal. Price came to this level here, made a push to the upside, came back for a retest, gave me a bullish candle engulfing the previous one, a bullish candle after that. And at this point, I cross-referenced this with CJ. CJ was also giving me bullish buyers, and I then realized that the cartel is moving EJ, CJ, AJ was JPY, because they were all bullish, right? So I decided to go for this one, EJ first. Like I said, I was worried about being stopped up prematurely, stop on. So what I did was I made sure I placed my stop loss right above the zone, and also giving it extra pips just to avoid being wiped out prematurely. So I gave it enough breathing space to just in case of anything might happen. And then this thing went perfectly well. It pushed the upside the right way, no massive pullback. The trade was easy to manage, nothing, it was just so smooth. But for me, I like to, when I have a trade running, I'm constantly managing my trade. I don't just enter a trade and just leave it. So I don't set take profit. I don't like it. I like to manage my trade. I like to close my profit manually, just in case price gets to TP and I don't want to close it yet, and I feel like maybe it might continue to push to the upside. I like to have options, so I don't set take profit. I always set stop loss. That's it. So my initial area to take all my profit was let's go to the 4 hour so you could see. Oh yeah, before anything, let me show you guys the before. So the before on, let me show you the before on, the before on EJ. Sorry, this is on 4 hour. What happened was, like I said, I always share my setups on Instagram. So I took the screenshot on 4 hours in order for me to be able to capture the entire consolidation box. If I had snapped this thing on the 30 minute, I won't be able to capture the entire range consolidation box. So I decided to do it on 4 hour. But this was when I took the trade, because what I do, I take a screenshot on my computer, then save it on Telegram, then I'll save it on my phone on Telegram, then post it on my phone, post it on Instagram using my phone. So I always keep all my records, all my trades before and after in here. If you look into the past as well, you could see I always have my before and after. This was a trade that I took, NZD Swiss franc. I always have a record of all my trades before and after, like this. A lot of them. So yeah, like this one, I share this also on on Instagram, and what I did here was I put question mark because I posted it on my Instagram. It's just like educational for educational purpose. I was trying to ask people, what do you think was happening here? Obviously, stop on and also order block, So yeah, I was just trying to educate people. So I always put in all my before and after in here. You could see. So I've got records of all my charts, all the Twitter things. So I advise you guys always keep record of your charts, your before and after. So let's go back to the main topic. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so I think I took a screenshot for EJ late. Market already moved, but this was my entry, my stop loss here, and also my CJ as well. I took CJ perfectly well as well. It went the right way, no issues. So I've got both before, so it doesn't look like I'm just copying. So I've got the before for CJ and EJ, and a lot of you guys are on my Instagram anyway. You saw this thing on my Instagram when I posted them anyway, so I don't have to prove anything. So what I did was, the EJ and CJ, they were easy to manage. So I left my TP open. Initially, I wanted to take my profit here, but then I saw this aggressive push to the downside. Identify this liquidity area here. So I thought price might actually make a push to the upside to test this liquidity area before the massive sell-off, or maybe we might get a retest and bullish continuation. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't tell market what is going to happen, and I also advise you guys, don't tell market what is going to happen. Just be patient and wait for market to give an idea of what it wants to do. So I decided to leave my take profit, leave it open, and make a decision later. As you can see now, if I had closed this thing here, I wouldn't have been able to add more profits to the current run into it. So now I'm even more in profit because my take profit was meant to be here, but right now I'm looking at here, but then I'm still watching. I still watch waiting to happen. So it's still open. But CJ, I closed CJ already because obviously I want to take something out of the market. I don't like just watching and being greedy. Although I was greedy, but I'm going to talk to you about that on EN and EA. But I decided to close all my CJ. I need to take something for myself as well. So CJ is closed. It went perfectly well. I showed it before. EJ is still running, but I'm looking. Maybe I will close because today is Christmas is in a couple days. I need money for Christmas, so I don't know, but it's more likely I will close this tweet soon as well. But let's see if I can maximize my profit. If I see a breakout retest, bullish signal, then I'm gonna go, maybe I'm gonna hold it, or maybe secure 50% of my profit. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. Then NZD Swiss franc was also a very good one. In fact, this one I was stopped out once before getting the right trade. And what happened was, let me show you the before first, because I've got the before. So okay, I took this trade on the 17th of December and I got stopped out. What happened was, my analysis on this pair was this order block here, it pushed the upside, a retest of the OB, pushed the upside again, created the liquidity zone, came back to the OB level again. So I saw this pin bar signal and I took a buy on I think it was 30 minutes or 1 hour, I'm not sure. But then my stop loss was below this level here and price made a push to the downside and I got stopped out. Right? So, that was a little bit painful, but losses is, it's part of the job description, so I had to let it go. But then, because EN and EA were both giving me sell signal, right, I decided to go back to NZD Swiss franc to check. If you look at my watch list properly, you will see all these pairs are mostly correlated. I always use one currency pair to cross-reference the other one. I always use one to check the other one, so that's why I have all these pairs there. So I saw this and it gave me my perfect signal to go for a buy. You see, I took my buy around here. It stopped me out. So what happened was, market came back to this OB level, gave me this stop hunt, liquidity grab, gave me this bullish candle, engulfing the previous one, then a break back inside the zone. I got my signals on the 30-minute time frame. Then I took my buy from here. I placed my stop loss. The mistake I made here was that my stop loss was not placed correctly. I should have placed, well, if I had placed my stop loss below here, it's more likely I would have been stopped out too anyways. But I think what I should have done was, maybe, I don't know, you can't say what I should have done because you don't know what's going to happen in the market, to be honest. But next time, all I know is I need to place my stop loss where I feel like it is safe. That's the most important thing. So I took this one, immediately went straight into profit. I scaled up as well. You can see I scaled up. What I did was, because for every impulse move you must have a correction. So the impulse move, the correction here, found support. Let's go to the smaller time frame for you guys to see that properly. You can see the impulse move, the correction found support, and I took my entry and I placed my stop loss below the structure here, and boom, to the upside. I should have actually scaled up here again, but I don't know, I didn't see it, maybe. But on this scale, I only risked 0.5% of my capital. I don't like risking too much when I'm scaling up, because I like to manage my risk exposure as well. So NJ is close to take profit, perfect trade, no problem, doing well. Then EN and EA or more, I fucked up this too, and the thing pay me, man. Like, I'm still hot. I almost, if possible, let me show you AJ before this one. AJ, I should have had this AJ to paint me, because it gave me my perfect signal that I like to see. Liquidity grab. Look at that. False breakout, break back in, signal. But I'm like, I don't want to expose myself to too much to see to JPY, so I decided to go with just 2. But then I'm here blaming myself. But I thought about it. You can't be blaming yourself every single time, because when you're trading forex, you're going to be making a lot of bad decisions, and you can't be blaming yourself every time you're making bad decisions, because if you continue to do that, you will just give yourself hypertension. So because if I make a mistake today, does not mean I won't make it again tomorrow. So why do I have to continue to blame myself? So I have to cry myself to sleep, get like a bucket next to me, cry all my tears in there. Then I got over it. But the team pay me, sure. I will hold. But anyway, so let's go to EA and EN, the last two setups. So guys, don't forget, if you haven't followed me, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like the content, comment below if you want me to talk about anything else, or you've got an idea, or anything you guys want to talk to me about. I'm going to be reading the comment section, so let me know what's up. But most importantly, please like and subscribe. So Ian, the idiot. What I learned from this, my mistake was the fact that I was greedy, right? And I'm gonna admit that. That's the purpose of me creating this channel, to be transparent. What I did was, I was watching Ian. I trade Ian mostly, not EA. So I was watching Ian, and Ian gave me a breakout of this level here. Back in the day, couple years ago, when I see a breakout like this, I always go for a buy without my signal. Look at this breakout, a retest, pin buy rejection. I would have gone for a buy, right? This is what I'm talking about. This breakout, retest, rejection, I would have gone for a buy here, place my stop loss here. But now that I'm more experienced in the market, I've taken so much losses, I've learned, I've done this more over and over again. I've been burnt out over and over again, so I've learned my lesson. I don't make that mistakes anymore. That's why I always say to my students, the more you stay in forex, the closer you're getting to master the skill set, right? Because you will continue to make mistakes, and you eventually you learn from them one way or the other. Even if you don't learn from them immediately, one day you will start learning from them, because you're going to get tired and you'll start doing the right thing. This thing, I did this thing for so many years. When I see a breakout, I always go for a buy. But after getting burnt out over and over again, almost nobody tell me, I learned my lesson straight away. So I don't make that mistakes anymore. And now, because I like to cross-reference my entry with my analysis with other pairs, is also very helpful. So what I did was, when I saw this breakout, I checked EA as well, because they positively correlated. So I checked EA. At that moment, EA was also giving me a pull to this level here and was giving me selling pressure, giving me selling signal. I'm like, EN can't be bullish and EA bearish. Something is wrong. Then I checked NZD Swiss franc, like I showed you, it was also giving me bullish signal, meaning there's something wrong with EN. Could it be that EN at that moment, was just giving me like a false breakout? So I'm like, okay, fine, let me be patient too. Let me just be calm and see what's gonna happen. Let me see if I can get a break back inside of this zone. Then I'm gonna go for a sell, and that is also gonna confirm EA for me for a sell. And do you know what happened? Let me show you what happened, guys. Let me go, because I've got the before as well. Okay, so this is the before on EA, this one here. So I took my entry here, but then before that, EN, so all of a sudden there was a break back inside of this zone and I took my entry straight away. So this confirmed my stop on. Took my entry here, placed my stop loss above here, and the thing went straight in profit. Boom. Immediately I went on EA as well. Boom. Straight in profit. Then what happened? I became greedy. It gave me this aggressive push to the downside. It was pulling back up. So I said to myself, why don't I just secure some profits here? Because it feels like this thing is gonna... No, it was on EA actually. So EA tested this line here, this level that I spotted, and it was giving me buying pressure, buying signal on the lower time frame. So I'm like, wait, let me secure my profits around here, so that, because this time I reject this level, go for a retest of this level, then start falling again. So let me secure all these profits here, then I'm gonna enter again at my entry, then make more money or more. This thing rejected this level here, didn't get to my entry, and I missed my entry. So I closed this one and I also closed this one. Oh boy, that thing just fucked me up. Didn't get to my entry and I was so pissed at myself for a long time. I just shut down my computer. I just went to go and listen to Westlife and Celine Dion, thinking about the story of my life. But then it was really painful, but it's part of the game. Like I said, I just had to get over it. But the thing is, I hate it when I make mistakes and it was my fault. Like, especially when you know the right thing to do, but then I break my own rules and it's so painful. I don't really care about it because obviously I've got NZD Swiss franc in good profit, EJ in good profit, CJ in good profit. I haven't scaled up NJ, but the fact that I should have just left the trade, I should have just let it run, but I didn't do that, was what pissed me off, But I learned from it, and I hope you guys are gonna learn from it as well. And then look at that, it corrected itself. Then look at this, I would have been in good profit. Let's see, I would have been in about 167 pips in profit on EN, and also also 200 pips on EA. Just imagine that. And I closed them here, but it's part of the game, it is what it is. Oh my goodness, I missed this opportunity here. Look at this breakout, a retest of this level, and boom again. This could have been my scaling opportunity here, something like this. I didn't see that. I should have. I think what happened was I was in my feelings though. Like when I fucked this thing up, I just wasn't checking it again, because if I was on the trade, I would have been managing it. But anyways, guys, so that is it with EJ, CJ, NZD Swiss franc, EN, and EA. So I think I should stop now because I do not want to make this video too long. I hope you guys are able to pick up something, one or two, I don't know what it is, from this video. If you do, let me know. Please subscribe, like, follow me on Instagram again, fx.professor. And then if you want me to make a video on anything, just let me know. Put it in the comment section. I will read them and I will make videos on them. So thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.